You are looking live at Rock Ice Arena in Dunellen, New Jersey, where the New Jersey Rockets U19 AA girls are getting set to take on the York Devils in the back end of a two-game weekend series between the top two teams in the AGHF. Hi everybody, it's Joe Rizzo here bringing you the action, and boy, this game is going to have something have to be crazy if it lives up to what we saw on Saturday. Previously 20-0 in AGHF play. The York Devils faced the Rockets, and it went to a shootout after a 2-2 tie. In the shootout, the Rockets needed 6 rounds, and eventually they came out the winners. 3-2 the final. So that put the first blemish of any kind on the Devils in terms of league play this season. But they still have points in every one of their AGHF games. It was a big win and a well-played game. About and so much sportsmanship shown by the girls toward each other after the completion of the game. It was really, on all levels, a spectacular contest to see. The Rockets gather round. Arialis Markland will be in goal today after she came in midway through the second period. Emma Lacey, being held out for precautionary reasons, took a puck to the upper body, took herself out of the game, which is brilliant to see in and of itself because the girls don't want to leave. They want to play, especially in a big game. Markland came in and was absolutely unbelievable, keeping them in it during the regulation portion for a period and a half, and then getting the best of it in overtime. Rockets are in the white jerseys. They have black numerals and black across the shoulders. It says Rockets across the front. They have black pants, white socks, and a thick black stripe. The York Devils in the visiting black schema. They have red accenting all over, including across the top of the shoulders. Red numerals outlined in white on the back. White numerals outlined in red on the sleeves. Black pants, black socks with 2 stripes in red on the bottom. Bridget Bales will be in goal again for the Devils. And we told you Arialis Markland is in there for the Rockets. She will defend the goal to YouTube right. Bales protecting against the left. Nieves on the dot. Rizzo on the left wing. Rodriguez on the right. Matone and Redmond on D. Liftoff, period 1. Sent in off of and went out of play. So they'll just restart right at the beginning. 6 seconds have expired. Nelson, Ryder, and Brewer up front for the Devils as Rizzo tries to move it in over Kaddish. Sorry, I'll get it right. She's going to have the puck a lot, number 8, in black and red. Kaddish on lefty, Harris on right. Rockets break in. Nieves and Rizzo, 2-on-1. Fired toward the net. It went wide of Bales. She let it go wide. Rizzo grabs it in the corner, spins it around. Kaddish picked it up, but it came to the point. Matone winds up. It's redirected by Ryder and knocked away by Kaddish before it ever got all the way through. Ryder is going to get it. Avery Ryder with the backhand dumps it in. 42 rather, in black. Matone trying to reverse it. Nelson picks it off. Nelson with a shot. There's a rebound shot. Markland saved the first one with the right pad, saved the rebound with the right shoulder, and covers it up. So early on, the buzz on both ends. Ulrich now with Minichello and Hansen. Hansen steps in to steal the faceoff, and Tootie, who had the deciding goal in the 6th round of the shootout, dumps it in. 9 in white. Up to the point on the left side, PJ Jacobus has it. Both teams have additions to their lineup today. So it's going to be a slightly different look, perhaps, and we'll get you those names as we go along. One of them was right there, 43, Leah Steiger in black. For the Rockets, it'll be Lily Latour joining to make a 5-person defense crew. It's down low, Hansen! Ulrich gets the shot off of Bales with the right pad save. Ulrich and Hansen were behind the D in a goal-mouth scramble. That wasn't enough of a scramble maybe for the Rockets. She had a good shot, just couldn't put it in. Bales with a big save. Kaddish being pressured by Landstrom, who pokes it away from her. Kaddish recovers it and sends it toward Cochran, but not on line. Landstrom hustling in, 29 in white. Cochran puts on the brakes, sends it up the middle. This is going to be an icing unless it takes a strange bounce. Latour will hustle down and grab it. She's got the unique jersey and socks over there, hustling over from a game where she was playing elsewhere. Lily Latour. Lily Latour has been a key point for the Rockets this year. When Emma Lacey and Arialis Marklin both were injured, she stepped in and played goal for a month and was spectacular in doing it. Now she plays D. Kaddish moves it in. Latour blocks away the shot, and it comes toward Connolly, who knocks it away. Latour steps into a lane, but Kaddish, the ever-present 8, sends it back down low. Widener over there. She goes down as Redmond was battling. Landstrom comes all the way down to provide support. It comes toward the front of the net. Latour jumps in front of the crease and sweeps it away. Connolly had room and just smartly, after passing options didn't materialize, got it out of the zone. Cook knocks down a pass that was trying to lead Widener into the zone. Latour fanned on that. She's under pressure from Yates and works it around toward Redmond. Redmond up to Cook. Cook trying to get it out. It pops up and over off the sticks of Felix and Cook. I don't know if they're going to put this face-off inside the zone or out. They're doing it outside. Always a questionable call there, depending on who it hits off of, where it flies out of play. Nieves at center now with Rizzo on the left wing and Rodriguez on the right. Rodriguez from Rizzo was the goal that tied it with 5:04 left in regulation on Saturday in our epic battle. Blocked away by Nieves. She's going to hustle it out. She's got a 3-on-3. Rizzo trailing and now coming down the middle. Nieves has to go wide. She's going to take it all the way around. Rodriguez and Rizzo trying to establish position in front of the net. It comes toward there. Harris knocked it away. Still battling for it. And it looks like the puck found its way onto the netting behind the goal. And they blow it down. The rule is supposed to be, if it's there for, you're supposed to let it sit there for 3 seconds. And after a 3 count, if the players haven't retrieved it off of there, then you blow the whistle. That was a little shorter than that. Rizzo in front, backhand. Rodriguez is there. Nieves trying to slam it in. Rodriguez dives. It's loose and covered up. It's under somebody. And let's see if it was eventually under the glove of Bridget Bales. So that line, with some fireworks and a good scoring chance to start. Rockets with a little extra rest on defense here with Latour in there, but we might see Latour in any position here today. Don't rule any of it out. She could be on defense, she could play forward, she could kill penalties, be on the power play, or if something unfortunate happens, her goaltending gear is in the dressing room. You see her there, back on defense, and now hustling over to adjust a shot from Folkenroth. Folkenroth tried to center, but Ulrich was there. Menikillo's going to bring it out under pressure from Erin Hess. Leaves it for Hansen, who dumps it in. 12:33 left period, 1, no score. We talked about the additions to the lineup. There's a big one right there who's about to get the puck. Amber Maluzio, 53. She sat out with a lower body injury on Saturday's game, but she's back in there, and she is a potent force on defense. And if she gets any bit of open ice, she's going to take it and try to go right to the net. Menikillo moves it up. It comes toward Hansen. She moves it into the offensive zone, waiting for Menichello, gets it down the middle. Wrist shot goes over the crossbar. Bales was there, and she got a look at it. Maluzio made sure her goalie could see it, but Menichello nearly opened it up there. Stepping in was Yates to steal a pass. Felix tried to get it. Kaddish fires it down. Didn't have a shooting lane, but sent it down low to see if her team could recover it and gain a possession. Kira Redmond doesn't want them to do that, so she reverses it and sends it to Haley Connolly under pressure. Connolly, again, didn't have anywhere to go with it and elects to get it out. Landstrom picks off one and dumps it in. Barbara Landstrom, 29. LBL, Lauren Barbara. Somebody went down over there. It looked like Felix maybe caught her stick into the boards and kind of impaled herself on it. Didn't look like there was anything else going on, and Felix seems to be okay as she rushes back into the play, bumps into her own player. But the main thing we want to see is our girls being healthy. We're agnostic toward jerseys when it comes to that. Yates, little awkward pass picked off by Nieves. Nieves has Cook on the far side. Bales let that one go through as it comes to Fox. Lauren Fox sends it in wide of the net, and Mia Rodriguez got a piece of it, tried to get it through. That was no issue right there. Rodriguez just tried to go past the player and got a stick caught up. There was no trip or sticking out a foot or a stick or anything like that. 10:15 left first period, no score. Back end of a two-game set. Cook shifts it in there to complete the change. And it goes on Bales, and she covers it up with ease with 10:08 left in period one. 3-3 the shots early on. And the Rockets will face it off in the offensive zone. Nieves on the dot, Rodriguez in the slot, Rizzo on the near side wing. It hits off of the referee as Rodriguez battles for position in front, and Rizzo tries to move the puck there. Two York Devils pick it up. Steiger is the one to get it in. So they get Steiger and Maluzio back on York today. And that adds to the potency and the depth. And the Rockets get Latour back into the lineup today. Rizzo brings it in. Couldn't get it down low. Nelson picks it up. Nelson has Maluzio. Maluzio fires it. It hits off the glove of Markland. It wasn't going in, but Markland deflected it to make sure. Redmond toward Maluzio. Rizzo over there interrupted the point pass, but couldn't regain possession. Did manage to get it to Redmond, who's hounded by a couple of Devils. And Widener's the one to come up with it for a moment, but a little help from Matone doesn't allow them possession. Nelson gets greeted by two Rockets in the slot and couldn't get the shot off. Looking for a redirection was Kaddish, but couldn't get it. Rizzo gets it on the breakout point on the left wing. She's got Rodriguez, probably looking to dump it unless she could walk all the way in. Rizzo will cut toward the middle and dump it toward Rodriguez's side as Ulrich changes in for Nieves. Rodriguez and Rizzo ping-pong, and Ulrich was over there, was looking for something. Kaddish almost hit the referee with the clearing pass. They move it out to the Devils. Comes toward the middle. Widener almost picked it off as she was looking to walk in. Rizzo is going to ignore the piece of mouthpiece there. I thought it was the puck for a second, and she gets over for a change. Ulrich hounds Phillips and doesn't let her get it in cleanly. Menichello chips it past Kaddish, and that forces Maluzio to come back and get it. You're not going to find a better defense pair at this level than Maluzio and Kaddish, and they're out there together, and they leave together. As Harris now jumps on left D with Cochran for the Devils. Face it off right at center on the offside. Ulrich up front with Menichello and Hansen. Jacobus and Fox on D, right to left. Face off, won by Ulrich, who carries it all the way in. Ulrich and Cochran will battle for it. It comes to Fox pinching all the way in, and she keeps it in, beating Ryder to it. Centering feed, Menichello's there, tied up by Hess. Erin Hess gave Harris a little bit of the help that she needed over there, And that was the difference. Ulrich slipped down, regains her footing, skating, blading, whatever you call it. Jacobus under pressure, works it to Fox. Fox looking, works it to Menichello, who tips it in, so there's no icing. Harris sends it toward the point through everybody. That might not have enough juice, so Redmond wisely runs it down under pressure from Hess. We've seen Erin Hess, 30, really go hard on the forecheck here, and she's using every bit of that gas tank over there. It looks like we're going to have a penalty here to start the power plays in the game, and Hansen goes to the bench, gets called for the cross-check. So the Devils will have the first power play, 7:03 into a scoreless game with the shots 3-3. And they scored once on the power play in Saturday's game as Luisa Rizzo gets the cheer from her teammates out of picture, and now she loses the mouthpiece. It's like Keystone Cops. You know what that means. When you're out there to kill a penalty and you can't get over the board, you're probably going to go out and score a shorthanded goal. Comes toward the point. Kaddish looking, walks it down. Wrist shot, saved by Markland. Too far away for her to sweep it up. Redmond tries to chip it up to Rizzo, but Maluzio keeps it in. Takes a funny bounce off the boards. Maluzio was trying to dump it in off the dasher. Nieves, 1-on-2, has Kaddish there and Nelson, and they play the neutral zone trap on the power play and take the puck away from the surging Rockets. The first 30 seconds of the power play has been killed by the Rockets. Sent up the middle, Nieves and Rizzo there. They'll have a 1-1-2 in pursuit, and Maluzio brings it in. Nieves picks it up, chipped out, and gets enough on it, does Grace Matone. Kaddish off the skates of Nelson, who exchanges with Ryder. Nelson down the middle. Nelson gets down low. Shot, save. No rebound. Markland holds on. So that unit out there for 58 seconds keeps the Devils off the board. York will change all 5. Rockets will change all 4. Connolly up front with Cook. Latour and Fox on D. Felix won the faceoff but sent it down for Fox. It comes to Harris at the point, pressured by Connolly. They send it down low, centering feed McGonigal. Couldn't get the stick on it, was Felix, at least not the way she wanted to. Battle behind the net, Latour tips it forward, but Connolly has to maintain her posture there and couldn't go for the puck. Cook picks it off and will send it down, maybe not for an icing unless it goes on net, and they play it. Bales elected to play it. It looked like it would have been an icing, but maybe the Devils just prefer to break out with the full ice. Some teams will do that, and they do. Cochran all the way down to the dot. Cochran shot knocked away by Fox. Stick's getting tied up over there. Fox didn't get hauled down over there. She spun, and Cochran's stick was there, so no trip and no call. Cook waited just a moment too long to send Connolly, and Felix is going to move it back. Felix tries to get it toward the net with 6 seconds left in the Devil power play. Battle for in the corner. Sticks getting lifted. Phillips shot. Rebound not available to deposit because Markland slammed the pads closed. So the Rockets kill it off. And there's an even 5 minutes left in period 1. Devils get 2 shots, maybe a third on the power play. We'll see if they add it over there. Dr. Regina and Eliza handling the score sheet and the scoreboard today in a volunteer fashion. Rockets back to full strength here. Landstrom deft on the face-off. That puck poked out, and it might be a 2-on-1. Hansen and Menichello couldn't get it working, but they do get the puck deep. Maluzio now gets it picked off by Menichello. Sliding down over there was Menichello. Comes in front to Hansen, but she had 2 players worth of attention. Lacey Nelson's going to bring this up and in. 3-on-2 for the Devils. Nelson elects to shoot. It goes wide. Matone's there for it to come out on the other side. Sends it all the way up for Menichello. She's off stride and sends it across the ice. There's Francesca Hansen dumping it in. Landstrom trying to read the pass, and she does. She picks it off. Sends it to Menichello. Hansen trying to get position in front, but Kaddish is there. Sent there. Oh, it almost went all the way through to Landstrom on the back door. Landstrom looking sharp here in this 2-game weekend stint so far for the Rockets. 29. Hansen gets it over the line, but finds a lot of traffic over there. Steiger knocked it down. Staiger, but pronounced like Tiger. Steiger like Tiger. That might have been Ryder. Steiger, Ryder, 42, 43. There's Ryder, 42. She'll move it into McGonigal, but sends the pass just too far. That was because of the back checking. Ulrich is there. Let's see if she could get to it. Ryder got it first. Centering attempt by McGonigal, rebuffed by Matone. Menichello was trying to just send it out, and it got interrupted by Kaddish. They work it to the far side. Hansen trying to spring Menichello. Kaddish jumped in, took a chance, didn't get the puck, but played the man and prevented the breakaway. Rockets are starting to change that line. Fox picks it up, bouncing puck. Hess on her. Hess trying to break in. Hess gets it, but Fox doesn't let her get it where she wanted. Lauren Fox, 34 in white for the Rockets, prevented that one. Rizzo's out there trying to pick off the pass. It's kept in at the line nicely by Rodriguez. That puck just spun on the line. Rizzo trying to get down low. Rizzo has it down low, trying to center it. It goes to the side. Oh, Rick nearly put it in, but Bales got the right pad on it. Bridget Bales has had a couple like that, and Ulrich's been at the doorstep. One time she shot it, one time she was there to try for a redirection, and one time right there, she was right there. So 84 in white, coming very close 3 times. Picked off, Felix gets to the slot, wrist shot, saved by Markland with the glove. Oh, Felix thought she had it. Maya Felix picked that one off, walked down to the hash marks on the inside of the left circle. She had a shot ticketed for the top right corner of the net. Arialis Markland threw the glove up there and snagged it. 0-0, 2:10 left in the first period. This one has equaled Saturday's epic game. These two teams, the top 2 in the AGHF. At this point in time, the Devils have probably clinched first place. They're just so far ahead. The Rockets at 15-5, and the Devils at 20-1 with the shootout loss coming here at Rock Ice to the Rockets on Saturday. So I think there's too much of a gap and not enough games left. But for the Rockets, the games are big because if they could secure that 2nd seed and prevent themselves from getting into the 4th seed, they could avoid the Devils for as long as possible. And you want to avoid them for as long as you can in the playoffs. Felix, she's going to move it in, but gets it interrupted by Nieves. Pitchforked forward. Cook using the body, then she used it as a shield. Nieves gets in. Rockets are going to go on the power play. Bales nearly let that one trickle down, but gloved it before. There's going to be a hook, and the Rockets will be on the power play as Nieves draws the penalty and into the box with 1:07 left in the first period is Leah Steiger. And coaches will tell you all the time there are penalties that are not such bad penalties, and that one for Steiger was not a bad one. She's in the defensive zone. She has a player trying to break in, and she just tied her up and didn't give her a free shot at the netminder. Rockets have Hansen, Menichello, and Latour. Wrist shot blocked away by Belluccio. Hansen shovels it in front. Landstrom pounds it in, but does it go in? It doesn't. Oh, Bales shut the door. I thought Landstrom was putting that one in. Big play in front as the Rockets on the goal mouth scramble right there. Landstrom has been very strong so far. 44.7 seconds left in the first period. It'll all be power play time for the Rockets unless they score. Hansen trying to set it up. Shovels it toward the front. Knocked down by a glove. Ryder moved it out. It's loose in front, but only Maluccio's there for the Devils, and she clears it out. This might be a break. Ryder, she's got a lot of company over there and sends it toward the middle. 21 seconds. 20 now. Rockets are going to try to move it out with a long pass. Hansen and now Landstrom. Landstrom picks it up with 13 seconds left, trying to just dump it in. Spills on her own. Nelson's over there, was trying to lift the stick. 6 seconds, 5. Rockets might have one more chance here, but not really. Matone would just have to shoot it. And the referee blew the whistle before the buzzer even sounded. So we end the first period 0-0. Shots for the Devils 6, shots for the Rockets 5 through 1. So after one period on Saturday, the Rockets held a 1-0 lead. And the Devils, Emily Phillips, scored 10 seconds into the second period to tie it. Then Madison Brewer scored on a power play later in the second to make it 2-1. And the Rockets came back with 5:04 left, and Mia Rodriguez on a goal mouth scramble was able to deposit in the rebound of Luisa Rizzo's shot. Then they went to a shootout after the game ended in regulation 2-2. They went 6 rounds. The shootouts are 3 rounds, and after the third round, you can reuse your other players. Both teams did exactly that. The Devils did it in the same order, and the Rockets used the same players, but out of order, and eventually, after it was 1-1 through 3 rounds of the shootout, they went to the 6th round with no more goals, and then Francesca Hansen scored the winner in the bottom of the 6th. Bridget Bales, 31 in black, defends the goal to YouTube right. You'll see Arialis Markland now guarding the cage to your YouTube left. If you like what you see, hit the subscribe button and the alerts button, and you'll have all of this stuff. We'll give you the look of Markland getting in there. Rockets will have 53 seconds of power play time as Leah Steiger is in for the Huck, their first power play of the game. Liftoff, period 2. Jacobus on D with Redmond to start it out. Menikillo, Ulrich, and Hansen up front for 53 seconds. Naluzio sat out with an injury on Saturday, but looks none the worse for wear today, I can tell you that. 53 in black. Picked off by Hess. Hess, the one-woman forecheck over there. Rockets try to move it up. They do. They can't get it into the zone. There's a dump. Jacobus from the point is going to be the one in pursuit. It comes off the dasher and sent between D to D as Menikillo steps into the defensive posture with Jacobus stepping up. Hansen tries to get that one into the zone. Hess kept it into the offensive zone. Ulrich dumps it as the power play expires, and Steiger comes back on the ice. Full and even strength both teams now. Each team's had one power play, and in a 0-0 game, as you can imagine, I know they said there'd be no math, but you could figure out that both have killed off the power play. Hansen had to wait and hold up just outside the right point because Menikillo was 2 steps into the zone. And that one sent down by the York Devils for an icing. With 15:43 left in period number 2, a scoreless game so far. Competitive and intense game, but you see a lot of smiles from the girls out there, especially at stoppages. Nieves on the dot, Rizzo in the slot, Rodriguez on the near side wing. Rodriguez and Harris will battle for it in the corner. Nieves joins, Rizzo peels off toward the front of the net where she's kind of unguarded. Cochran now gives her a little bit of attention. Rockets are going to be on a power play. Markland heads toward the bench. Can Nieves keep possession? And couldn't. Actually, it looked like she did keep possession there. Rockets will go on another power play with 15:25 left in the second period. Both teams 0 for 1. Lacey Nelson 5 heads to the bench, and she gets called for the Huck. So the Devils had just been 4 players strong, and now they are back there, but they did have an interruption with the between periods break. So it's not like they've been Shorthanded for that long without a break. Rizzo gets it, looking for Fox down the middle. Fox shot, Bale save, and she doesn't let the rebound hit the ice. Rizzo got some room behind the net, drew the goaltender toward the post, maybe letting her think it was going to be a wraparound. Fox cheated in from the point and had the one-timer there. Good setup, but Bales made the save. Rizzo to Fox, now to Latour. Up front is Nieves and Rodriguez. Latour through traffic, doesn't get all the way through. Harris knocked it down. Latour regains off of his shin pad. Fox trying to grab it. Fox in a battle, gets hauled down over there. Rodriguez tries a backhand. Rizzo's going to sweep in to see if she can gain possession. With help from Nieves, she does. Those two trying to go back and forth and play catch with Cochran in the middle, but Cochran comes up with the puck. Cochran sends it through. No icing because it skipped right over Lily Latour's stick. Hess always on the forecheck, shorthanded or not. Tries to wrap around Hess, and there's a shot by Steiger. Shorthanded, and Marklund has to make the stop and cover it up. Steiger didn't get a whole lot on it, but when you're that close, sometimes not getting a whole lot on it tricks the goaltender. So Hess and Steiger up front on the penalty kill create a chance for the York Devils in a 0-0 game. Off the face-off, chipped out. This is going to be an icing unless that puck dies. Kaddish, who's so fast, maybe a little too fast for her own good, recovered that puck before the end line, and the Rockets keep it in. Now can they establish possession on the power play with 50 seconds left in it? Between D, Matone moves it up. Connolly wanted to dump it, but didn't quite get the handle cleanly. 35 seconds, so still a lot of time for the Rockets on the power play. Redmond to Matone, back to Redmond. Redmond's going to gain the center line and fire it into the near side corner. It'll go around behind Bridget Bales, the goaltender. Kaddish will pick it up. Catherine Kaddish moves it along the dasher, and it bounces out, and Matone defensively goes to the backhand to keep it in Rocket possession. Cook gets it, dumps it back in. Rockets are going to change up here, so they're not going to get set up on the power play. That one tipped. Redmond has to hustle back. Full and even strength now for both teams as Nelson exits the box and heads to the bench. Izzy Cook is there. Kaddish greeted her there. 2-on-2. They walk in. Ryder trying to tee it up, leaves it. Wrist shot, save, rebound. They couldn't get it to the net. Phillips was trying to get it there. Phillips with the stuff shot on the backhand. Couldn't get it through. A Rocket lost her stick. It's Matone, and she pirouettes the puck with the right skate toward her goaltender's pad for the stoppage as Marklund covers it up. Maya Felix came in. She's had a couple of good chances getting in on that left wing and getting to the left side of the slot. The hash marks on the inside of the left circle as the shooter's perspective goes. Marklund made the save there. There's a shot and a goal! Looked like Aaron Hess put it in off of a loose puck that banged around, and with 12:55 left in the second period, the York Devils break out to a 1-0 lead on the goal by number 30, Aaron Hess. Hess has been a force out there. We've said her name over and over, and it's been especially on the forecheck. In this case, it was an offensive zone draw. There was an attempted shot. The puck hit into a group of players, and Hess gathered it at the hash marks in the right circle and fired it past the glove side of Marklund. So 12:55 left, period 2, 1-0 York Devils. Ulrich up front with Hansen and Minichello. That was their 9th shot of the game. Phillips wanted to fire that in, but Jacobus was there. Loose in front, swept away. Hess was at it again. Somebody got a stick on it for the Rockets, though. Phillips is in front, trying to go back door. Jacobus sees her all the way. Phillips gets through the circle, goes along the end line, centered it in front, but Hess now well guarded over there. Menikillo with the check, and she's going to go off as the Rockets are going to be shorthanded. So Menikillo stepped in. They're going to call the roughing. They could call a roughing or a body check right there. There was no hiding it. She stepped into Cochran, closed the gap, and I mean, they're calling it a roughing. It was a textbook hip check by Hope Menikillo. And the Rockets on a defensive zone draw here with 12:24 left in the period, and now trailing 1-0. Will have a third penalty to kill off. Hansen and Ulrich up front. Ulrich trying to get the break, And boy, Harris just got a stick blade on that. Otherwise, Ulrich would have been off to the races. Cochran and Harris the points. Nelson up front with McGonigal on the left and Steiger on the right. Matone killing it off on D for the Rockets with Redmond. Ulrich and now Nieves up front. Nieves switched on for Hansen, who killed off the first 20 seconds or so. Nieves will skate it in. She'll skate it around, shorthanded, hit the brakes, caught a strange edge over there, trying to regain her footing, and it was knocked away by Cochran. McGonigal has it go off the skate, but she's 5 feet behind the red line. It should have been an icing. She did tip it, but she was 5 feet behind the red line. It should have been an icing right there. The ref saw that she got a piece, so the Rockets need to nullify this by getting the puck out of the zone. That would really nullify the whole thing, and Rizzo's going to do just that. She's got Nieves with her, has no place to go, and effectively gets the dump down in. Cochran's going to pick it up, 22 in black. Nieves retreats now, maybe looking for a change. Rizzo picks it off, shorthanded, trying to rag it over there, keeping it in the feet. Rockets will take that all day. Nieves manages to get it to point. Matone one-timer, kicked down by Harris. She trips down and maintains her composure to get the puck forward. Rockets are shorthanded here, and they're putting on some pressure. It's going to come to the point on the right side. Redmond's going to keep it in and get it down low. Nieves gets off for a change. Rizzo and Redmond play ping pong to keep it in. Matone doesn't have a step. Nelson had the juice. Nelson's going to try to get by. Matone keeps her from getting to the middle. Wrist shot knocked down. It was Redmond, maybe. And then Matone. Shot through traffic, save with the pad. It's loose in front. They shovel it forward. Goal mouth scramble. Somebody's got to get on it. It's shot just wide. Big chance here as the power play expires for the Devils. Menikillo's coming out of the box. Matone tries to hit her. It's going to be an offside. Oh, Menikillo took a smash right there from Cochran. Cochran spun around. She didn't see her. Kelly was just offside as Menikillo tried to keep it out. Now, why are they going to put the face-off over there? They're saying because that's where the pass came from. But the puck was tipped. The puck was tipped just by the blue line, so really the face-off should have been closer to the other line. It doesn't really make that much of a difference where it is, as long as it's in the neutral zone. That one looked like it went off one of the Devils. And it did. So they'll face it off with 10:08 left. York kills off the power play. Rather, the Rockets kill off the York power play. And they had some good chances shorthanded. Full and even strength with 10 minutes left in the second period, and the Rockets trailing 1-0 to the first place York Devils. They'll move it to the point. Yates got enough on it to get it through traffic as she and Kaddish exchanged positions there. Yates guarding the point. Cook has Kaddish there. Cook's going to gain the center line. Cook's going to look to dump it, and she does. Kaddish is going to have a step there, reverse it. Cook keeps her under pressure. It comes to the breakout point, and the Devils are going to get it out. Maluzio jumps over, so the knee looks okay. She sends it at the net, and it is covered for a moment by Markland. Not covered, it's controlled, but not covered. The Rockets play it forward. This is Ryder, Avery Ryder, looking for somebody coming down the middle. That's Felix. Maya Felix has been a force down the middle. That one sent through traffic. Phillips knocked it down and brought it to herself in the corner. Chips it off the board. Steiger, backhand, left hand saved by Markland. Oh boy, Steiger was right there. Rather Ryder. I'm mixing up the 42s and the 43s. Ryder's got the long mane in the back, so I can't sometimes tell if it's 42 or 43. Ryder, in fact, 42 was the one who did that. Someone trying to fire the puck at me. It didn't work. It hit you could see the railing to your right in the bottom right corner. That is protected by, it's a metal railing with metal mesh, and the puck rode along there. Rockets send it into the offensive zone. Cochran picks it up, sent all the way out, but Redmond retrieves it. Sent up the middle, 3 Rockets in one spot. Hansen leaves it for Menikillo. Menikillo gets through one. Menikillo on the side. Wrist shot! Oh, she had her beat, but it went wide. Bales kicked the pad out, but there was room for a moment. She doesn't give much. Here comes Phillips, knocked down. This is going to be a penalty. Ryder with the shot, Markland with the save. Good penalty by Redmond over there. Phillips was going to break in on the breakaway, and she's the last one probably on the whole team that you want to see walk in, 87 in black and red. So Redmond will go off for, they call it roughing. They could call it a check, and they call it interference. So it looked like he had the roughing signal, but he goes interference. You can call any of those out there, and Redmond clearly knew what she did, but it was a good penalty to take. Emily Phillips in the shootout, and 6 rounds of the shootout on Saturday, was the lone goal scorer for York, and she also opened the scoring. So you don't want 87 in alone on your goaltender. Cochran keeps it in at the point, tries to fire through traffic, but it was redirected and goes wide. Jacobus picks it up. Harris at the point gets it knocked out. Hansen up front with Nieves. Jacobus and Matone on defense. Steiger and Widener the wings. Nelson the center. At the left point, it's Harris, and at the right point, it's Cochran for York. They send it down low. Pass Widener. Nelson and Widener try to beat Matone. They get it over to Steiger. Steiger tries to center it. It chips off of a rocket, and then Markland never lets it get out in front. And Lacey Nelson 5 was just hoping that the puck trickled through because she had an open net on the left side to whack it into. 7:25 left period 2. We're more than halfway through. York Devils 1, New Jersey Rockets nothing. York on their third power play with 1:18 left in the man advantage. Cottage has room, takes a shot. It's knocked down by Latour. Oh boy, she caught that one high. And Lily Latour, the tough number 74, shakes it off somehow. .707 left period 2, 64 seconds left in the York power play. Here's your York Devils faithful that have traveled from the western part of southeast Pennsylvania, mostly. Some from the York area, some from even the Lewisburg area, coming all the way here. And the Rockets will return the favor on Super Bowl weekend for a couple of games. Felix sends it through the bottom of the slot. Fox retrieves it over there. There's 45 seconds left in a power play that seems like it's gone on for a long time. Loose in front. Yates tries to get it to the forehand, couldn't do it. Latour greets her there. Rodriguez and Ulrich are the forwards up front. Rodriguez leaves that one for Ulrich, and Ulrich dumps it in. Kaddish and Felix are going to try to trace it down, but Ulrich gets there first. Rodriguez keeps it in, not letting the Devils break out, but now they will break out, and that's a big play right there by Lily Latour. She kept Amber Maluzio from hitting the afterburner right there. 53 will get it for York, and she will gain the line as the Rockets give her room. Wrist shot, it hit off of Fox's shoulder, maybe her helmet. Rockets have extinguished the power play. Redmond jumps out of the box, Rizzo jumps on. Rizzo up front with Rodriguez and Ulrich. Now, Maluzio just out of picture, sends it forward for Phillips. Now it's moved out into neutral ice and into the York zone. Kaddish got enough on it. Rodriguez bunted it down. Steiger's over there. Steiger toward Hess. Hess has the only goal. Number 30 in black. She's been all over the place here. Kaddish to Phillips. 1-on-2. Emily Phillips, 87. Tries to fire the wrist shot. Handcuffed Markland, but she got enough on it. Phillips for Hess. One-timer. Save with the right pad. Phillips trying to stick between the legs move, but knocked down. And it's covered eventually by Markland. Maluzio got 3-4 whacks at it before a Rocket could even get there. Markland held ground and managed to keep it out of the net. 5:13 left, period 2, 1-0 York Devils. Joe Rizzo bringing you the action. And we got a lot of you watching. It might be a record for a live stream right now. We thank you for your patronage on what Coach Paul told me to start calling Rizzo Vision. I mean, it's just my phone and my voice. Centering feed. Hess was there, but the Rockets tied her up. Matone got a piece. They go between the points. Connolly interrupts it. It goes to the near side wall. Phillips bumping with Redmond over there. Landstrom tries to bunt it out. It goes to Steiger. Oh, she had Phillips at the dot on the left side, but too much sauce. Maybe it's Sunday. A little too much Sunday gravy over there. One-timer by Ryder doesn't get through traffic. Rockets on their heels a little bit. Phillips centering feed. Hess was looking for the redirection. Cook has to get that thing out. She does. Did she have enough touch to make the puck slow down? She did not. Icing on the Rockets. They will be able to change here at least with 4:30 left in the second period and a 1-0 deficit to make up. They came back from a 1-goal deficit on Saturday to force a shootout. The shots so far, 15 for York, 6 for the Rockets. They don't need many. We know that. Puck goes off the referee's skate. He actually inadvertently brought it into the zone for the Rockets, but it eventually comes out, so those are the breaks. Steiger had it for a moment. Sent down below the end line. Ulrich bumps and battles. Sent out into neutral ice. Chipped off along the boards on the right side. Hansen brings it in. Hansen gets behind the D. Hansen centers, maybe for Ulrich, maybe was looking for Menikillo on the other side. Loose puck just floating. Falkenroth eventually steps up to get it out. Riella Falkenroth with a big play right there. That puck was just dangling, just waiting for somebody to pounce on it, and Falkenroth did it. 36 in black. On the near side wing, Rockets try to prevent possession, but Falkenroth is over there battling with Matone. Nelson centers it. 2 Rockets were there, Menikillo and Ulrich, to try to tie up Steiger. Centering feed attempt. They were looking to get it to Falkenroth. She's had a big shift, 36. It didn't get over there, though. Steiger up to neutral ice. Harris had it there. Ping pong down and now into the offensive zone. Rockets changing after a long shift. Rizzo jumps on. Hansen picks it off. Nieves is in the slot. Rizzo's in the left circle. Jacobus is at the point. Matone trying to get back. Nelson trying to turn the corner. Gets past Jacobus. Matone's over there. Wrist shot. Matone got a piece. It goes over the crossbar. Kaddish. Wrist shot knocked down by Matone. Bunted it down. Wait till you see her on a softball field. Grace Matone doesn't get many strikes looking. Rizzo with a good win on the 50-50 puck right there. She'll skate it in. Kaddish tries to get it out. Rizzo and Nieves trying to work the magic. Rizzo has it for a moment. Kaddish circled back down, and Felix was the one to take it away. That one swept away by Jacobus. Nieves moving up. The pace has picked up. We're under 2 minutes left in period 2. Rockets in a 1-0 deficit. Rodriguez looking to get a pass from Nieves in the slot. That puck shot out now, and Jacobus hustling back. You could see Jacobus after the long layoff, each shift getting a little bit better, a little bit faster, a little bit more like the 21 in white that we're used to seeing. Looks like it is going to be a face-off or a penalty. What is it going to be? I heard the Rocket crowd cheering, and it is going to be Felix with the roughing penalty. So that, with 1:33 left in period 2, and the Rockets holding a 1-0 deficit, it's Maya Felix in the box for a couple of minutes on the roughing penalty. There was a scramble along the boards just out of really where I can actually see it. I'm not watching the viewfinder. I'm watching the players with my own eyes, and that's with Minichello through traffic, and they score! The Rockets tie it up! Lily Latour with the redirection in front. It's a power play goal. And with 1:28 left in period 2, the Rockets, actually it's Francesca Hansen with the redirection. So guess what? It's Tootie time. 1:28 left period 2. The Rockets just take 4 seconds on the power play to tie it up. Latour will stay out there for a shift at center. So she started the game playing D. She moves to center for the power play, wins a draw. Minichello had the shot from the point. It was Hansen that redirected it. Latour got the congratulations at first, but Hansen led the charge on the Selly line. So I always tell the girls, make sure whoever scored the goal is leading the Selly line. I don't care what the score is. That helps this guy up here relay the information. 1 minute left, period 2. Rockets have forged a 1-1 tie on the power play goal by Hansen. Nelson comes in just onside. Nelson wrist shot save awkwardly by Marklin, but got enough on it with the left pad. Centering feed, Marklin lets it go through. Hansen spins out, trying to send Minichello on the breakaway. Minichello has 40 seconds, but Malucio's behind her. Wrist shot, bail save. Malucio sweeps it away. Widener up, sends it out toward the middle for Ryder. Ryder fires it at the net, knocked down. Ulrich under pressure from Widener. Hansen has the tying goal, and she's been out there now for almost 2 minutes. She's going to be out there for the final minute and a half here of the second period with 9 seconds. Action just below us. Hansen walks in with 5 seconds, dumps it. That's going to do it for the period as Kaddish gets there. Rockets forge a 1-1 tie at the end of 2. The shots, 15 for the York Devils, 8 for the New Jersey Rockets. And this one has lived up to everything that we saw on Saturday. The 2 top teams in the AGHF. All things being equal, the Devils get their due as the first place team. And I don't have all the math on it, but I think they've clinched first place at this point. They've been so far ahead with such a brilliant season from the team that you see dressed today in the black jerseys with red trim. 20-0 in league play up until yesterday. And even then, the Rockets still had to go to a shootout just to put any type of blemish on their record. But that means even with the supposed loss, it's a loss in quotes because York now has gotten points in every single one of their league games this year. It's a tremendous accomplishment. And the girls should be recognized for that. For their part, the Rockets have had a wonderful season as well. One in which there's been a litany of injuries. They'll have completed the season, regardless of when and how it ends, having their full lineup in for, I believe, just 2 games. It might have only been 1. It might have been just the first game of the season. There's players, at least one player that we don't expect to see back before the season ends. And there's just been a litany of injuries. They played about 3 months without their captain, PJ Jacobus, who you see out there, 21 with the C in white. And they've managed to get this far. Marklin defends the right goal, bails the left goal. Liftoff, period 3 of a 1-1 game. Phillips brings it in over the line. She scored 10 seconds into the second period on Saturday. She scored in the shootout, but the Rockets say you're going to have to wait more than 10 seconds in the third period on Sunday if you want to beat us. Fox pinches in from the point. That puck pops up. Landstrom has it. Landstrom tries to send it toward the middle. Cook knocked it down. Steiger gets a piece. Steiger moves it toward her own bench. Phillips is going to clear this one out. And the first one hustling down is going to be Landstrom guarding the middle, Jacobus guarding the puck. Hess has been ever present today. She has the goal, number 30, for York. Hansen with the power play goal for the Rockets. 1-1. That one sent in, not offside, because Phillips had cleared the zone. She goes over for a change. That puck's chipped out as a gaggle of players changed. The Rockets had 4 out there by the time Redmond did it, so their changes have been cleaner today. No risk of putting too many on the ice. Nieves now with Rodriguez and Rizzo up front. Jacobus and Redmond on D. The Rockets with 5D for the most part today, although Latour has flip-flopped between defense and forward. She played forward during the power play and set up the goal. 4 seconds of power play time the Rockets had before they put it in the back of the net. Their power play is tremendous. Rizzo looking to gather it in, couldn't quite do it. Sent into the defensive zone for Matone, blocked away. Ryder, Falkenroth over there. Rizzo picks it up, chips it for Nieves. Nieves is 2-on-3 with Rodriguez on the other side. Sends it at the net, bails. Knocked it down with the glove, but didn't gather it up cleanly. And gets slammed into by her own player there. Michaela Harris was coming in to protect it and sort of caught her goaltender awkwardly. And Bridget Bales takes off the catching glove and readjusts the equipment underneath the jersey. Face off in the offensive zone 2 minutes into the third period. That means there's 15 minutes left. Hansen in the slot. Hansen trying to shovel it forward. Sends it to Matone between the points. Kept in barely. It's a game of inches. That one went down to millimeters, but Matone kept it in. Kicked forward by somebody. I think Kaddish actually kicked it forward for York. Ulrich hustling over there. Can she get it to Matone at the point quickly enough? Matone has to pinch in, gets a piece of it, still trying to keep it in. Ryder sends it up for Maluzio. Maluzio on the break, got a piece of it. Did Redmond just enough. Maluzio rides Redmond into the board. Good no call. I like it. She's trying to angle. There was no check. Now, if she did it to a less stout player than Redmond, who's the most stout player on the ice, the player would have probably gone flying. They might have called it. It probably wouldn't have been a good call, but we see those get called often. Minichello, a lot of traffic there. Ulrich has it in her skates. Ulrich gets down low. Her shot was blunted by somebody. It looked like Nelson got a piece of it. Lacey Nelson got the stick blade on Grace Ulrich. Grace Ulrich has been so close on 4 chances now, has gotten the puck down low. Nelson walks out, wrist shot, save Markland, rebound, she hit the post! Nelson hit the post, pop up, it goes just behind the crossbar. Markland was down and got a piece of it. Oh, Lacey Nelson, her first shot was saved. Her second shot, she had the net yawning on the glove side, and she rang it off the outside of the post. Minichello up to Hansen, down the middle for Ulrich, broken up for a moment, loose in front, shoveled at the net, it goes wide. Maluzio was there, comes toward the middle, Fox, wrist shot, goes just wide, chipped toward the net by Minichello with 13:08 left in period 2. The puck comes all the way out. Fox is going to chase it down under pressure from Steiger. Ulrich can't gather it. Nelson falls down. No trip there. She just ran into Ulrich. And what are they going to call here? Hand pass? Let's see what the call is. I think a hand pass, unless he's calling a penalty. I'm not sure what the penalty is here. And they're calling unsportsmanlike conduct on Nelson for asking for the trip. You know, I really don't like this call. This is an emotional game. It's a game of emotion. Now listen, the Rockets are going to benefit here from the power play. It's a game of emotion. She didn't do too much except advocate for herself, and I don't know if there were any 4-letter words used. Maybe that was it. It wasn't a trip. But the Rockets get the power play. Connolly up front with Landstrom and Cook. Latour shifts to D for the power play, whereas the last power play she was playing center. She fires it up for Connolly. Connolly and Cook will break in 2-on-2, trying to get through Cochran. Cochran clears it away with the right skate. Landstrom takes it right back away from her. Cook dumps it in. It goes off of Harris's stick, and the Rockets change out their defense. So Matone and Redmond will come on, and let's see if the Rockets can maintain possession. They can't. This is going to be an icing unless that puck happens to just completely die. So the Rockets, with the benefit of the change now, will send out Rizzo, Nieves, and is Jacobus going to play forward for this? It looks like she will. So Nieves on the dot. Jacobus will set up in the slot. Been playing defense since she returned from the injury. She'll play forward for the power play. Rizzo gets it from Redmond. Rizzo tries to go back to Redmond. Chipped out. It's going to be a one-on-one. Matone trying to hold the middle. She does. Ryder was breaking out. Ryder cut toward the middle, and probably, if she could elect to do it again, might have just dumped the puck or just kept going toward the right side corner. 1 minute left in the power play for the Rockets. It's a 1-1 game. They've been outshot 18-8 by the York Devils. This is the third period of a 2-game weekend set. Jacobus comes in, drops it for the point. Redmond will go back down low, but it's spun around down there and moved behind the end line. Matone versus Felix. Matone and Felix still battling. Cochran picks it up, leaves it for Felix. Jacobus materializes out of nowhere. Matone picks it up with under 30 seconds left in the power play. Nieves has it, was looking to go to the point to set it up, wraps it around for Harris, who sends it to Redmond. Redmond tries to chip it down low, didn't get enough on it, another icing. Unless it goes on goal, Markland lets it go wide, and it's an icing. Rockets will change it up one more time. 12 seconds left on the power play. Ulrich will jump on the dot. In the slot, we figure, will be Menikillo and Hansen on the near side wing. Fox on lefty, Latour at the right point. Hess up front with Steiger, it looks like, or Ryder, rather, to kill it off. It's Steiger or Ryder? It's Steiger. Hess and Steiger killing it off. Hess might have a break. Latour's the one back. Latour picks it off with the stick blade and the skate. Lily Latour, just cool as a cucumber as the penalty expires. So the Devils have killed it off. Menikillo can't walk it in. Ryder chips it past. Maluzio is going to pick it up. She's got Phillips down the middle. Wrist shot, kick save, Phillips rebound. Latour blocked it away with the skate. Phillips trying to negotiate through. She takes a shot, glove down, and held on as the rebound comes in front by Arialis Markland. Some of you have told a friend to tell a friend, because I'm not a big metrics guy, but this one's blowing away the all previous versions of live streams that we've done on Rizzo Vision. Rockets win the faceoff. Menikillo one-on-one with Maluzio. Maluzio sweeps it away. Menikillo, Maluzio bang for it. Centered for Hansen, couldn't quite get it. Phillips picks it up. Emily Phillips sends it forward for Kaddish. Kaddish turns the corner, tries this strange move, and nearly found the puck in. She skated it over the end line and tried to shoot it off of the side of Markland. Phillips winds up, and Markland gets the glove on it. Phillips didn't even wind up for a slapper. That was a snapper, and it had slapper juice on it, 87. Hess has the goal for her team. In front, Phillips scores, and the Devils jump to a 2-1 lead with 9:44 left in the game. Emily Phillips, 87, will lead the Selly line for the Devils, who now have a 2-1 lead. But it's been Erin Hess, 30, that's been the first star in black and red today. She set that one up. She won a loose puck behind the net. She juked and deked away from one and then a second Rocket, and then found Phillips alone, and Phillips made good with a shot that went over Markland. Rockets now find themselves exactly in the spot they were in on Saturday, trailing 2-1, being outshot, this time 22-11. Yesterday was about the same. They had been doubled up in shots, and guess what? They found a way to score to tie it. Let's see if they have the same magic today. On Saturday, it was magnificent Mia Rodriguez. Let's see if it's going to be somebody today who has a moment of brilliance in their stick and skates. Devils now putting pressure. They've gotten a little extra life from the goal that broke the tie by Phillips. Chipped up the near side, the far side boards. Connolly waits. Again, doesn't have anywhere to go with it, so it just powers it up the boards, trying to keep it in. Couldn't do it. Landstrom's going to send that in and hit the referee. It's offside. Maybe that was a strategic move by Landstrom. Hey, I'll make like I'm firing it in. I'll hit the referee and see if Haley Connolly could pick up a loose puck and walk in alone. That's not a play that you design, but it nearly materialized. Rockets change it up. Nieves with Rizzo and Rodriguez. Redmond and Matone on D. They bring it in over the line quickly, but it comes right out. Sent all the way through the zone, neutral ice. Matone steers away from the streaking rider. Rizzo dumps it into the far corner, seeing if Rodriguez could chase it down. Nieves is going to pick it up. Battled for over there. Nelson tried to send it down low. Redmond, Rodriguez picks it up. Rizzo's in front battling with Cochran over there. Nieves trying to get it to her. Rizzo in a battle in front. Let's see if they could get it down to her. Nelson up the wing on the right side. Sends it through the legs of Redmond, but wide of the net. Nieves is going to pick it up. Tried to chip it for Rizzo, but just off stride. Oh, Rizzo trying to pick it off a Cochran stick. Eventually gets it for a little bit of a dump. Just a zone entry, not really a dump. Picked up by Nieves, looking for Rodriguez. Couldn't get it all the way through. Redmond pitches in from the point. McGonigal tried to get it out. Shoveled toward the net. It bounces wide. Bales making sure that nobody was over there that you didn't see that was going to try a stuff shot. Redmond keeps it in at the point. Good possession for the Rockets. Can they cash in? Down 2-1 with 7:35 left in the game. Nelson's going to move it out. She's at the end of a long shift. She's got room. Lacey Nelson comes in offside as Avery Ryder just didn't curl along the line long enough. What a game. Aaron Hess has a goal and an assist for the York Devils, who lead 2-1 over the Rockets with 7:19 left. York trying to avenge the overtime, well, call it a shootout defeat to the Rockets on Saturday. Steiger, wrist shot. Markland grabs it. Markland didn't catch it with the webbing of the trapper. She got it with the heel, pinned it against her body that way. Ulrich on the dot. Minikillo with Hansen on the wings. Fox and Jacobus on D. Rockets with 5D for the most part in this game. That's helped them stay fresh against the fast-skating York Devils. Boy, these games have been even. York definitely the advantage on possession and on shots, but the Rockets are typically outshot, especially in close games. They're definitely more for the quality of scoring chance than the quantity. Let's see if they could have another one in here. Hansen storms up the right wing, draws attention and then dumps it, and then falls down on her own. Maluzio spins it out. She and Kaddish are going to play most of the last 6:18 here, we think. This is going to be a penalty on the Rockets. It's a delayed call. Let's see if Bales even realizes it. She doesn't head to the bench. And a smash up over there, and there's a whistle. And it's going to be a high stick on the Rockets, and they will be down a player for 2 minutes with 6:05 left in the game. So Hope Minikillo heads to the box for the high stick. Just got the stick up for a little too long. There was some stick lifting going on in the play. And at this point, you feel like it's a tough call, but hard to complain an iota about the refereeing in these two games this weekend because they've let the girls play. Latour now will kill a penalty up front. Or maybe on D. Kicked wide by Markland. Looks like Latour is going to be up front. It's loose in front. Can Markland get there? Oh, there's a shot by Phillips that Markland threw at the right pad to get. It was all happening in slow motion. Cook for Latour, shorthanded. Latour trying to barrel through. If the Rockets have a chance to score down a man, they will take it. And we have seen them do it. And Latour is one that can certainly do it. The versatile Lily Latour. Centered in front, but Connolly playing a penalty-killing shift on defense here, swept it away. Spinning around, they go to Harris. At the point, tried to redirect it in front was Yates, couldn't do it. Phillips looking to set it up. Phillips sets up Harris. Harris will try to go down low. It goes between traffic, and now we're down to a minute in the power play for the York Devils. The Rockets first kill it off, second worry about that it's still 2-1. Puck battle over there, gets to the point. Latour is going to try to chase this down and put pressure on Cochran. Cochran sends it up the boards, and the Rockets are able to change 3 of 4. Matone now out there, shifts it forward for Latour. Latour is going to try to see if she has room and couldn't quite dump it in, but got it into the offensive zone. Steiger is behind the D. Steiger walks in, shoots, save Markland, loose in front, still loose. She covers it with her butt. Arialis Markland stops the power play breakaway by Leah Steiger to keep it 2-1 with 4:31 left in the game. We're so glad you're joining us. This game has not disappointed at all, no matter which side it is that you're rooting. Face-off tie-up. Landstrom's going to pull it out. She's out there up front with Nieves. Matone and Fox. Here comes Kaddish. Wrist shot, knocked down, tried to sweep it away, right pad, saved by Markland! Oh boy, she's like Gumby back there. If you don't get the reference, look it up. Maluzio takes a shot and it's knocked down by Fox. Amber Maluzio, 53. Got open, got it between the points, walked down to the top of the slot. Blasted it, but Fox stepped in there and redirected it. 1 second left in the power play. That means if the Rockets can win the face-off, Maluzio just drifts all the way out to protect. Shot fired by Kaddish over the net. Rockets are back to full and even strength. Wrist shot through traffic. It gets through. Knocked down in front. Blew the whistle before Markland even covered it up. Markland had to make a shrug save there with her upper body. So Maluzio just retreated to neutral ice because Menikillo was about to come out of the box and let her team play the last second plus of the power play 4-on-4 and not risk a breakaway for 48 and white. Rockets send it out. There's Menikillo back on and rested now. 3:41 left for the Rockets to figure out how to not this game, but most of the last few minutes have been played in their defensive end. This one will clear the zone. Kaddish, number 8, leaves it for Maluzio, 53. Ulrich putting the pressure on. Hansen forces it wide, but Maluzio walks it in. Maluzio, wrist shot, Markland save, and she holds on. Shots now up to 30-11. The final tally on Saturday was 31-15, so we're in about the same territory, but the Rockets are going to have to put a few more on goal. Right now they're being tripled. Yesterday they were doubled. Nieves with Rizzo and Rodriguez wins the face-off. Lauren Fox trying to steer it past Steiger. Leah Steiger had a chance to put the dagger in here, but Arialis Markland kept the Rockets alive. Here she is trying to get through. Wrist shot, save, and covered up. That's Ryder. The 42s and 43s are killing me. That was Ryder, not Steiger. What I said about Steiger was true. It's just that it wasn't she on the ice at that moment. Same group out there. Nieves wins the faceoff again. Matone reverses it for Rizzo. She's got a little room Didn't have a stride though. Yates is going to catch her. Rizzo dumps it in. Does it get to the far side? It doesn't. Harrison chips it off of her backhand, regains it, moves it up. Matone stepped out of the zone to avoid the break. Rockets now with 2:30 to work with. Moved in by Nieves with 2:25 left. Harris sends it all the way around the dasher. Cochran's over there. Rodriguez gets there as well. Cochran goes down. Widener goes down. Does it get all the way through? Rizzo's there, but three Devils converge at once. And Maya Felix comes up with it. Sent it in, offside, they don't call it. Widener put herself offside with the flamingo move. Rockets will clear the zone anyway. Near side wall, Matone is going to chip it out for Rodriguez, looking for Ulrich, was trying to spring her. Phillips is going to try to walk in, meets a bunch of Rockets over there. Chipped up to the boards on the far side in front of the Rockets net with 100 seconds left. Can the Rockets find a way to get this thing tied? Matone toward Rizzo's side, but a little too strong. Harris keeps it in, sends it wide. Phillips battling for Fox down there. The sticks come up on the stick lift. Nelson tries to fire it. Hansen lifted her stick. In between, Rizzo's going to pick it up, trying to spring somebody, gets it over to Hansen. Rizzo jumps off, Menachillo jumps on. Hansen leaves it for Ulrich. Ulrich fanned on the shot, and it's sent out. Redmond will bring it toward the logo at center. Redmond skates around. She's going to try to take it to the house with a minute left, and the Rockets down by 1. 2-1 York. Can the Rockets get an offensive zone possession and see if they could pull Markland? Better yet, can they just score to tie the darn thing up? Menachillo gonna try to walk in, and here comes Markland. Latour comes out. Menachillo down low. Oh, she couldn't get the puck to stay on her stick. Rockets have a 6-on-5. Latour keeps it in for a moment, and now the puck pops out. Latour hustling back with the net empty. Latour, Redmond, Hansen, Ulrich, Menachillo, and Jacobus. 23 seconds to work with. Harris back there. Picked up by Redmond with 15 seconds left. Menachillo trying to spin out of the corner. Harris tying her up. Menachillo trying to get it toward the net. It's toward the net. Jacobus pinched in. Menachillo's got to shoot it. It gets down low. Hansen's there. Latour's there. Bales gets the glove on it to prevent the puck from going in. Bales sprung forward with the glove out. She took a chance. And it paid off. Rockets will take their timeout. They have 2.6 seconds left to try to figure it out. On a power play earlier in the game, they had a similar situation. They had a man advantage because of the power play. Latour won a draw toward the point. They fired it at the point. Hansen redirected it. In this case, let's see what they do. Left circle. Maybe you put a lefty in there. Say, try to just blast this thing at the net. Maybe you put 4 people right in the hash marks and say, blitz, dive, do whatever you can. 2.6 seconds is enough to make that happen. Do the Rockets have somebody out there who could figure out a way to put the puck into the net and get this game into a shootout? Either way, it's been spectacular. 31-11 the shots for York. They have a 2-1 lead thanks to the tie-breaking goal earlier in the third period by Emily Phillips. The Rockets will have Latour, Ulrich, Menachillo, Hansen, Redmond, and Jacobus. Menachillo, the lefty, tries to fire it at the net. Do they have one shot? There's the buzzer, and the Devils win it. So York holds on. The Rockets did as what we were talking about. Menachillo won the faceoff. She got it toward the middle. The Rockets poked it forward, but the Devils converged and got just enough of it, and it never actually got to Bridget Bales. So York will leave Dunellen with no longer an unblemished record in the AGHF, but they come away with 4 points on the weekend to 3, 4, or maybe 2 for the Rockets for the overtime win in league play. And a great weekend of hockey between the two clubs. As Markland heads toward the exit over there, we'll give you a good look, see at all the players. A lot of handshakes, a lot of hugs out there. Appreciation to the ref. 31-11 the final shots for the Devils in their favor. And we will be back next weekend, or depending on when you're watching this. The games are usually in order. As the Rockets continue their roll toward the playoffs, that's what's in their future. And we certainly figure that these two teams have a real good chance to meet for the chip in the AGHF in their division. And we expect that game, when it happens, will be a good one because these two were phenomenal. That's going to do it. If you like what you see, hit the subscribe button and the alerts button, and every time the Rockets come on or we bring you any other kind of action, like coach interviews, which we will do as well, then you'll get an alert. You'll know what we're doing and when we're doing it. And we appreciate, no matter which side you're from, that you've joined us for this weekend. And a special thanks to the Phillips, who are walking by right now. And we give them the little good game fist. A thank you to them for helping us out here with some names and some information to enhance the broadcast here for our friends on the York Devils side. That's going to do it. From Rock Ice in Dunellen, New Jersey, York Devils 2, New Jersey Rockets 1. This is Joe Rizzo. Thanks for watching New Jersey Rockets Girls Hockey.